Well, it's the time of year when people set financial goals, and if you're wondering what to do with your investments before the year comes to a close, there are two accounts you may want to pay more attention to. Here to tell us more about TFSA and FHSA is Peter Stashecki from Everything Financial. He joins us ASAP.
From EFG.
Right. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Okay, a lot of acronyms here. First of all, what do TFSA and FHSA mean, just for people who aren't familiar with that?
Tax-free savings account and the first home savings account.
This is a relatively new thing, right?
April it came out, or some places don't even have the paperwork ready yet, but that's the one you really want to, if you're a young person, you've never owned a house, so you have to be a first home, so first home buyer, you want to get that set up before the end of the year, even if you put $50 in it. You
have to already have the home, or are you going to be planning on having it?
Planning on getting a home, but if you don't have it, you lose out on the ability for this year's contribution of $8,000. Doesn't mean you have to put it in now, but you do have to have the account open. Okay, so set it up before you make that home purchase. Absolutely. So what do you need to know about your TFSA? What kind of changes do you have to make to it before the year's over? The TFSA, the great thing about a TFSA is no matter how much growth is in it, if you take money out, you're allowed to put that money back in, whatever that withdrawal is, once the calendar turns over to next year. Okay. So if you take money out, you have a big bill coming up. Oh, there might be some bills at Christmas in the new year. You can take money out of your TFSA. It's tax-free, but then you have the ability to put that money in next year, plus next year's contribution room of $7,000 as well. So by taking it out now, at least you get to put it back in early in the year, and you don't have to wait an entire year to do it. So it's a good planning tool and a good tax-free planning tool, which is really important.
I think a lot of people wouldn't have thought about those restrictions that are in place, and a lot of people do end up needing money after the holidays.
Yeah, and a lot of people in retirement are maxed out. They've put the maximum amount into their TFSA, which is $88,000, but they might have $100,000 in there, so you're only pulling out growth as well, and that is, again, tax-free growth, which is great.
Okay, so when it comes to your TFSA, what are the rules around contributing again?
Anything you've taken out that you haven't put back in can be put back in, plus the $7,000 next year. And even if that's growth, it doesn't go against your contribution room. It's just replacing growth back in the account. But do not over-contribute to your TFSA, or you will be in the who's gal from the government because the penalties are not good.
Okay.
I don't know the acronym for who's gal, but hey.
I don't know either. Let's talk about the FHSA, the First Home Savings Account. Did I get it right? First Home Savings Account. Okay. So what do we need to know about setting that up now?
Just call a local financial institution. The ones that are easy to do are online right now because, again, a lot of places don't have it. You've got to be over 18 years of age, never been a homeowner, set up the account. You're going to be allowed to put in $8,000 over 5 years. You drag that out too. But it acts like an RSP. You get a deduction off your income and a refund like an RSP. But when you take that money out to use it for a down payment on a house, your first home, you don't have to pay that money back. Oh. So you get the deposit, the growth, the refund, all towards your first home. Great use of money. And if you're not making much money, do it anyways, get it started for later, but also you don't even have to put the money into it right now, or you don't even have to claim that like an RSP yet. You can wait till you're making more money later. But get the account open, don't miss out.
Even if you're going to be thinking about buying a home like 10 years down the road,
get it started.
Get it started.
Absolutely.
All right. Can you do, what do you do with the money? What can you do with the money if you start saving and decide that you don't want to have a home in the end? What happens to that money? Can you get it?
That's a whole other thing, but there's other options to do it, but that's like 2 segments to go through. But there is options. Just go online to the government website and type in FHSA, and it gives you all the pros and cons and the rules and everything else. But if in doubt, open the account.
ASAP.
Get started ASAP for your FHSA. And even you could use your TFSA money to deposit to your FHSA.
I'm so confused right now.
You were good at tongue twisters a few weeks ago, so you should be able to do this.
Peter, good advice as always. Thank you.
And one other thing before I have to interrupt. We have one other thing. I'm not going to be here early next week. Next week's your birthday.
It is.
So we have a little something for you for your birthday.
Oh my gosh.
And it's real. It just doesn't look really good. So happy birthday to you for next week. There you go. And it made it here in one piece. And that's the big feat, that I actually got it here without dropping it.
Wow. This is going to be hard to cut and share with the team. But this is gorgeous. Peter, thank you so much.
You're very welcome, and have a great birthday and a great Christmas.
Thank you very much. Oh, this is lovely.